The case landed at my feet like a sack of wet sand. Heavy, messy, and probably full of something dead. A girl named Sehmo, gone. Vanished into the hand of Kadir, a place where stories go to die. The kind of job that leaves a permanent stain on your conscience, but with a payday that wouldn't even cover the cost of the soap. And then another job comes in. Clean. Or pretty. House Atreides wants a surgeon to make a few neat little cuts in the Harkonnen slaver operations. Good PR for them, bad business for their rivals. All very civilized. You stare at the two contracts long enough and the lines start to blur. The corporate war and the lost cause, and then you see it. Perfect, beautiful lie. A way to use their clean fight to wage my dirty one. They think they hired a scalpel, but I'm no surgeon. I'm the blunt instrument you use when you don't care about the mess. First stop, Hand of Kadir. A good place to start looking for answers. And a sledgehammer doesn't ask questions. It just hits things until the answers fall out. The Hand of Kadir. It was a boil on the backside of Arrakis, full of scum that had been squeezed out of every other hellhole on the planet. The kind of place that never slept, but was always having a nightmare. But scum leaves a trail like oil on water, and in the shadow of Kadir, there was a spill big enough to poison a planet. The main slaver encampment. The beating black heart of the whole damn operation. What are the chances that the night shift is gonna be a skeleton crew?
There's someone here.
Nope, there's one now. Hi. Sorry to interrupt your evil. I just have a few questions. I guess you're not in a conversational mood. Well, your face is a problem, but I've got some problem solvers for that. You seem to be completely opposed to a civilized dialogue. Maybe if I got a little closer. There you go. No, none of that. Oh, completely missed ya. Whoa. Guns are made to be shot, not used as clubs. Come on, quit your tantrum and die like a good boy. Here we go. That's a good boy, girl. Non-binary something, I don't know, just give me your stuff. All right, who's next? Where are you? I can hear a sniper. There you are. Hey. Whoa, you gotta get rid of that helmet before somebody sues you. What's the matter, you got lost between franchises? Whoa. Oh, one of you is shooting, the other one's looking down at the guy. There you go, you figure it out. Good on ya. Little late, but there you go.
I got your back.
Well, you have her back. I'm gonna have a rest. Whoa, that hurts. Do it in the testing station. Just wrap up with as many bandages as possible and maybe we won't get killed. Right. Whoa, that purple crap just takes it right out of me. Why doesn't it work on you? No. Calm down. One at a time. I will conduct my inquiries and individual interviews. Okay, I guess you and I didn't really have much to say to each other anyway. Oh, I really hope y'all don't think I'm just arbitrarily looting you for everything you got. I'm actually genuinely looking for information, and any one of you could be carrying it, so... how about you? I guess your contribution to the local economy has ended. Ow! Look! The Imperium called. They said they want their helmets back. What is it with you guys and infringing on copyright? All right, new area, same moral bankruptcy. Hi! It's me, the free market, and I'm here to conduct a hostile takeover of your human resources. Very, very hostile. Oh, come on, put your back into it. My life isn't gonna threaten itself. All right, it's you and me, Stinky Pete. Whoop, what's that on the floor? It is my sword on the back of your neck. All right, really? You're gonna just ignore the fact that I just basically chopped your head off? Well, I guess you're not gonna do that twice. Okay, what do we got? Give me all this. You don't need any of this anymore. You're gonna make me come up here and do a lot of effort. I'm just gonna take things. All right, this is a lot of fun, but I do have some work to do. Now, this is the last place Sehmo was seen, and yep, well, if this is the kind of welcome that I'm getting, and I can assume she was unarmed, I'm pretty sure that she's got a price tag attached. I'm right, aren't I? Hey, you can have a gravity bomb. Ow, got myself in there. Boom, right into the wall. You must feel real silly right now.
There's someone here.
No, you don't say. Hi there. Nope.
Target found.
Well, I was behind you, so you didn't really have to look very far. See, that's how you work when you chop somebody's head off. Who's up here? Oh, whoa. Give me a second. Oh, come on, get out from underneath that. Is this a coordinated attack, or are you just all having the same bad idea at once? Look, I'm on a very tight schedule here. Could you all just die in an orderly fashion? Preferably quickly? You see, that was excellent timing. You get in line and you come forward when it's your turn. It's really not rocket science. Well, this must be the office because this is the break room. It's just sad and oppressive. Hey, if anybody's left after this, you should really complain.
The entire Hand of Qadir has become the headquarters of a slaver operation? I'm certain now that Sehmo was taken by those devils, but you'll never locate her without inside information. That unfinished contract you found may be the key. I know it's asking much, but in order to find Sehmo, you'll need to gain the slavers' trust. Become one of them. Complete the contract you found and see where that leads you. By working your way into the organization, you may be able to locate my poor sister.
The problem with finding a breadcrumb is that it always leads deeper into the woods. The raid on this base was a mess of blood and bad intentions, but it coughed up the truth. Sehmo was here, and now she's gone, sucked deeper into the machine. To find the girl, I have to go in. I just can't go in swinging. So you find another way, a side door, this weapons contract. It's a key. A chance to knock on their door not as an enemy, but as a business partner. To smile, shake their hand, and pretend their brand of filth doesn't make my skin crawl. The long con is a series of doors, and the first one is always the heaviest. This contract, it was a knock, a polite, "Pardon me, are you scumbags currently accepting applications?" But I first had to convince them that this other guy's invitation was better off in my hands, and in this business, confidence is currency. You don't sell the steak, you sell the sizzle. And then you pray they're too hungry to notice the difference. So I make a quick stop at the anvil to see whether we're all sitting down at dinner or if I'm gonna be the main course. Right. Let's have a look at this contract board. Get my best slaver face on. That'll make a good impression, so... Yeah. Deliver your equipment. And hope for the best. Contact issuer.
Hey! You are not the guy I gave this job to. Nah, who cares? As long as it got done, right? And since you are so helpful, I've got something else you can do. The big boss, Dragomir Halil, he wants us pitching in with the equipment now. This operation has us running low on supplies, especially weapons and ammo. So Halil wants us to fabricate some of the stuff ourselves. I go to level with you, though I Lied when I told him I knew how to run a fabricator. Ah, don't worry, Halil won't care who did the work if you deliver a good product. Maybe even score some points with the boss. I can't hurt, right? Just whip up what is listed here and deliver it to the country report at the anvil.
The lie was thin, like a cry for help in a sandstorm. But his desperation was a gaping wound, and my story was the only bandage in sight. He didn't even check to see if it was clean. I have my way in. Time to head back to the shop. Get to work on making these pea shooters. Also, a man needs the right suit for the right job, and this one calls for a wolf skin. Besides, my old stillsuit's starting to sing a sad song, and on Arrakis, you never want to be around for the last verse. The thing about being a blunt instrument is that even a hammer needs to be reforged now and again. Testing Station 10 had left its mark, a fresh set of scars that reminded me of what happens when you're not the hardest hitter in the room. So I burned the midnight oil, coaxing the fabricator into spitting out a new still suit, a new shield, a whole new Sunday best for a sinner. I loaded up my contraband, the price of admission to the Devil's Parlor, and headed back to the anvil. Time to go meet the man at the top of the food chain. Time to see if you like my new tie.
A stranger looking to curry favor with my operation, is it? Well, I may have a task for you. I am an associate, Egwin Guta, a failed planetologist who serves their operation at a nearby testing station. I pay her with a valuable commodity produced there, a foof oil. I've since learned that there is more profit in this oil than I knew, so I wish to amend our bargain. Finding another with Guta's skills could prove difficult. Fortunately, she has a scientist's proclivity for recording all her methods and observations. If I had those notes, I would no longer need Guta herself. I've already sent a man on this task, but you can back him up. They're waiting for you at the runaway base.
So I went to the sweep and I swept it clean. But I didn't find the contact. Not even between the bodies of the bad guys. All I found was a ghost of a story left on a piece of cheap paper. It was the oldest tune in the book. The guy they send in before you gets a look at the monster in the closet and decides he'd rather be a coward than a corpse. I tried to pay her for her research, but she wasn't selling. So he tucked his tail and he ran, hoping the desert would swallow him whole before Dagomir's disappointment caught up. Can't blame him for trying. So I guess I'll be going into her hole in the ground. If she won't sell, I'm sure just taking the notes will work just as well. So, you trade in human lives, eh? Let's talk about your profit margins. Congratulations! You've just been emancipated from your mortal coil. All right, well, I'm sure that wasn't the only dregs in this barrel, so come on out here, the rest of you. Hi! I don't know if that's your particular brand of poison, but you might as well try a free sample. Ow! Oh, it's this purple catch again. Get it away from me. Oh, come on. Lady! I'm old and I'm slow, so... maybe not that slow. Oh, this guy. Is there any way to turn that projection off? That is very distracting. Hey, you got the remote?
Need to reload.
No, I guess you don't. No. Stop chucking that stuff in my head. Maybe it'll help if you guys didn't think of this as an invasion and more like a very aggressive audit of your business practices. Now I'm stuck in this fragging mess. Would you quit it with that stuff? The poison took you after all. And that's you. And me. I guess it's an absolutely terrible idea to use a long-range sniper weapon in close-range combat. And yet, I live. So, who's next? See, there's a work ethic problem with slavers. Because you make other people do everything for you, you don't really have a work ethic. Just like this guy, who is demonstrably staring at his toes while he can hear that there's fighting going on in the other room. Well, his shift is over for always. Look, I'm sure if any of you stopped for a moment and didn't just shoot at me, we could just have a conversation. You can tell me where to find the book, I can take the book, and I can leave. And nobody else has to die, but if you insist, you're just really gonna have to keep in mind that by the time I get to you, I'm gonna be in a foul mood. And it's not you, it's probably just the amount of stairs I have to go up and down. No, it's you. It's definitely you. Now, just hold on a second while I put some more problem solvers in my problem-solving device. All right, but we'll just do you with a blade. There we go. Ow, ow, ow. Are you twitching too? I'm pretty sure it's all that muzzle flash that's giving you these seizures. Well, whatever it was, your problems have successfully been reduced to bleeding out on the spot. Ow, that almost hit something I was planning on using later. Now, if you'll step into my orifice, I'll make you a new orifice away from all that disruptor fire. There we go. See how well we're getting along. Everybody nice and peaceful. And poisoned. All right, so what do we have here? Oh, a golden suitcase. Now, that's gotta have something good in it. Oh, come on, open up. Bingo! I tear the place apart and leave a trail of bodies in my wake. All for a book. A book that's gonna make a very bad man very happy. He'll get his monopoly, he'll cut out the competition, and he'll never even ask about the woman who wrote it. And Goethe? She's a loose thread in a story that's already starting to unravel. A ghost in the wind, another mystery on a planet that's full of them. You think about it like that, and it's a little easier to forget that I'm delivering a tombstone to a woman who isn't even dead yet. So I'll deliver the goods, I'll smile, I'll take the money, and I'll become the kind of man who trades one woman's future for another's past. Just another day at the office. Well, if this doesn't buy me a bunch of trust, I don't know what will. Dagomir.
With these notes, it'll be a simple matter to keep a growing operation running. You've proven more capable and discreet than most of the buffoons I employ, so consider yourself a permanent hire. Our raids produce many slave herds, and each individual needs to be sorted and classed. Not every person taken is eligible for Mala status, but it doesn't pay to quibble over legalities when the Baron Harkonnen is breathing down your neck. Thus, our records must be kept strictly secret. Rumor are that some house miner stooge has poken their nose into our business and are radiographing you the secret location of our Mala sorting center. Head over there and keep the records safe from prying eyes.
That was a lot more trust than I was banking on, but I'll take it. Better call Tarek.
You've done it. You earned the trust of Dagomir Halil himself. But this information about ID numbers is yet another barrier between us and finding Sehmo. Fortunately, I have learned something that may help. A friend just informed me that a slaver he met at the crossroads tried to sell him Sehmo's scanner. It still had her name on it and everything. He couldn't find out anything specific about Sehmo, but he did learn where the slaver was stationed. Searching that slaver base is our best chance to find out what ID number Sehmo was assigned. Once we have that information, you can infiltrate the sorting center and hopefully learn what's become of my sister.
The books they write, the stories they tell, they always draw a neat little line in the sand. Good guys on the one side and bad guys on the other. Simple and clean, but it's a lie. These slavers don't wake up in the morning thinking they're the villains of the story. In their version, they're just businessmen, survivors. Me? In their version, I'm the monster who came in the night and tore their world apart. And the hell of it is, they're not entirely wrong. You wade through the muck and you spill blood. You ruin lives and you tell yourself it's worth it. You tell yourself it's all for Sehmo. One good soul pulled back from the brink. But what kind of man does that? What kind of man becomes a butcher to save a lamb? Is this the man you have to be to survive out here? Or is this the man you always were, just waiting for a good excuse? Because when you look at your hands and they're covered in the same filth as the men you're hunting, you have to ask yourself the question. If it's this easy to justify the evil, weren't you the bad man all along? As I rolled across the sand to Runaway Station, I could hear the percussive pantomime rolling over the rocks. The gunfire inside wasn't a fight. It was a conversation, and the only punctuation they knew was a full stop. My lead was in there somewhere, caught in the middle of their family squabble. A lead that was getting colder with every pull of the trigger. You don't knock politely on a door like that. You just kick it down and hope you're the last man standing when the dust settles. All right, best get up there and break this up before there's nobody left to question anymore. Hey, you with the automatic weapon, you want to knock it off? Oh, no. Really? We're just gonna go with throwing stuff. You better sit down. I guess you didn't learn from what happened to your friend. Throwing stuff is bad manners. Speaking of bad manners, do you wanna stop? Sit down, nap time. We'll talk when you've calmed down. What is going on up here? Where are you going in such a hurry? Not there anymore. You wanna come down here and talk like an adult? Well, I guess a spanking is all you're interested in after all. Who's left? Hey, you. Yeah. There's another one. Kind of hard to shoot that thing when you're looking at your own belly button. Is that it? Is that everybody? Nobody wants to talk like a grown-up. Everybody want to lie down and have a nap and time out. How about you? Anything left in you? You got something to say? Well, I guess it's hard to talk with all that lead in your mouth. Well, guess I'm gonna have to go and poke around myself. Because I know you Bastiches have got something hidden. And bingo. You see, I got a nose for this kind of thing. I told you. I'm gonna find it. Let's see here. Mala candidate Aldax 804. I am willing to bet dollars to donuts that is the ID number that Sehmo was given. So, if I then head to that testing station, I can look this up in the records I am supposed to be protecting. Maybe then we'll find out what happened to her. So much for the invitation. Dagomir's memo must have gotten lost in the mail, or maybe this is just how they greet all their new business partners. Corporate culture built on attempted murder? It's bold. But despite that, the messiest part is what I'm about to find inside that bunker. The reason I'm here in the first place. A number. Ghost. A promise I made to a man who still believes in happy endings. So you fight your way through the welcoming committee that your new boss forgot to tell you about. You wade through the blood and the filth, and you get to the book that holds the answers. The book that holds one single simple truth. Shipped, sold, or scrapped. All right, boys and girls, you can all calm down. If you check your pulse, you'll find it's not there anymore. Look, I've been shot at a lot on my way down here, and I'm supposed to be here. Your boss told me to come and look after some records. Now, where are those records? No, that's not what I am. I'm not another slave for the herd. You're another corpse for the pile. Yeah. You know what? If we're gonna be novel, I'm not gonna actually point your face at the floor before I stab you in the throat. We'll do you with a gun. Whomsoever is quicker on the draw. Okay. Oh, well, look, windshield key. Let's go. Would you? Well, I guess I can't shoot you with my blood extractor. But this gun works fine. And give me your blood. Right, there's another one of you son. Oh, there you are, hi. And bye. You see that? I'm allowed. It's you guys that are standing in my way. Okay. Oh, whoa. You're a sneaky one. Not a clever one, but sneaky. Who else we got? Anybody? Gotta be somebody downstairs. There you are. I guess those stairs really upset you because you... No, not that purple stuff. Definitely not the purple stuff. And one more. Okay. I'll take that beer. Right. This is locked up, so it's gotta have something good behind it. Right, so where do you keep your records? I'm supposed to be looking after them. Boss didn't say anything about looking after you, so...
Reveal yourself.
I'm revealed. For somebody with having an internal crisis, I am absolutely enjoying the combat. What can I say? I guess I was raised in this. I don't know, I'm assuming, because, man, this is a lot of fun. But when you're doing it for the right reasons, hey, nobody can point a finger. You can definitely now point a finger. Your finger is done its pointing for all of time. All right, let's see what's behind door number 3. Hi. Yeah. Oh, you got that shield up nice and quick. Nope. We're gonna go for you first. I'm sure that this throwing stuff thing is a fad and somebody's gonna learn at some point in time it's not working. Really? Well, let's start with you.
Eyes on target.
Lunge. Strike. Swipe. And the slow blade penetrates the shield. Well, not to put too fine a point on it, but I bet you guys are wishing right about now that you brought me some cake instead of bullets. So, let that be a lesson to you all. Now, this is the last room. Those records have got to be in here somewhere. Office? There's a table. Oh, yeah, here we go. Ship to Neo Carthag. Great.
At last! Those records include an entry for Sehmo. I had almost given up hope. But the record states that she was sent to Neo Carthag. This is devastating news. Neo Carthag is a place that chews up people and spits out corpses. My heart breaks to think of my sister in that place. But thanks to you, we now know where to look. The slaver operation is filled with corruption. Perhaps a suitable bribe could still save her. It is my turn now to act. Thank you for all you've done. May blessings follow you, and may we meet again one day.
Hope. Hope is a stubborn weed. He knows what that place is. A meat grinder with a fancy name. But he's still talking about bribes, about finding a way. He's a good man. You do the math and you add it all up. The bodies I left in the dust at Kadir, the chorus line of corpses at the station, all that blood, all that noise. And I weigh it against the one thing I've accomplished, delivering a single piece of bad news. Did I leave the world a better place? I took a score of scumbags off the board. That's a win. Right? But the machine that made them is still running, and all I did was give it a handful of new job openings. You don't change the world by killing a few monsters. You just make a little more room for the next ones in line. Time to go tell Anton the butcher's bill was paid in full. He'd get his pound of flesh, with interest. He'd call it a victory, but I look at the receipt and I wonder if he knows how little it was all worth. Anton was practically glowing. He wanted to savor the details, get a little secondhand thrill from the body count. He saw a win against Casimir, a point on the board, which means he didn't see a damn thing. They're all like that, these house men. So busy staring at the scoreboard, they forget there are people getting trampled on the field. They draw their lines in the sand and call themselves good and the others evil, and they expect you to pick a flag. But you learn a thing or two with your neck under a boot heel. You learn that the only thing that matters is whose boot it is. And right now, in this corner of hell, the Harkonnens are doing the stomping. They're the slavers. It's the one simple, honest truth in this whole damn mess. And for a man whose head is anything but clear, a simple truth is a breath of fresh air. So I'll be Anton's loyal soldier. I'll take his jobs, I'll cash his checks, and I'll let him have his petty little victories so long as I get to cut the legs out from under the slave machine. The less legs, the less boots to do the crushing.